Hey guys, what's up? Charlie here. It's like 8 in the morning and I'm just coming out of the shower, as you can see, but I still want to do this little introduction because the video that you're about to see is a podcast that I did with my bro José. And you need to know that José and me, we know each other since over 2 years. He's an entrepreneur, he has his own company called Yamo, which is a baby food company. They are designing amazing baby food. I'm a big fan of that. And he's like the typical entrepreneur for me. He hustles really hard. He puts his heart and his soul in his business. And besides, he is also like a good bro of mine. So I decided, okay man, let's record a podcast. And this is the video you will see. We just like ranted a little bit, we talked. And I hope you can take some value out of it. And also the thing you need to know as well is we were in Porto, Portugal, and another friend of mine, another bro, had his wedding there. So we are both like in the process of getting ready for the wedding, and we decided to still record this podcast on the morning of the wedding. So you will see that we are like not 100% ready for the wedding, but you can like see on the outfit that we are going to a wedding soon. And also, you will hear it in the video, I forgot to close the door, not the door, but the window. So you will hear like a lot of cars passing by, a little bit of reggaeton. But you know, it just adds a little bit to the atmosphere because it's not in Switzerland, it's actually in Portugal. So yeah, I hope you will enjoy the video and see you soon. Nice bro. Hey guys, what's up? Charlie here, today with my man, José. Bro, thank you so much for being on my channel because I told you I want to start doing podcasts. I also want to talk with my bros because I have a lot of friends in my social circle that are like basically killing it in life, and José as well. So I was like, okay man, let's record something, let's talk about stuff and let's share some value.
Thanks man, thanks for having me.
No worries man, no worries. We're actually in Porto, so we are dressing up for a wedding. Literally in 2 hours we need to be there, or in 3 hours basically. And before we go to our, not our wedding, but the wedding of our friend, we want to share some value. So what's the special thing about you, bro? What is your...
I don't know, I don't see myself as anything special. A lot of people approach me right now and it's like, hey, you're so famous now. I hate famous, but or you're like so successful, and like I don't feel that way like at all. I guess what is like different than most people is that I just founded a startup a year ago, and now we got funded, and this was big in the news, and so now everyone is like looking closely at me and monitoring like my life. So okay, how is he doing? How is the startup doing? Like, are they doing well? Are they going to be successful? So I guess that there's a base interest in, you know, my business.
Yeah. What is it exactly?
We do baby food. So normally all the baby food out there is heat sterilized and it's shelf stable for 1.5 years, non-cooled, so in room temperature, which is basically an unnatural way to be, you know, shelf stable for fruit and veggie purees. Our fruit and veggie purees are fresh, so we use a new technology for keeping the product shelf stable. So you keep the flavor, the taste, and the vitamins you keep inside the product, but you still have some stability for like a few weeks. And so the product is basically fresh, but fresh as homemade, but shelf stable for a bit longer. That's like the USP of the business.
Nice. You know what I really like about you? Like I told it to the other guys like 2 days ago. Is a lot of guys, also like on YouTube especially, they talk about like hustle, like work, you know, like do your thing. But you are one of the only guys I know that really like embodies it, because we are now here at like in Porto, and you want to go to the wedding, and you wanted to come with us like on Thursday, but then you told us, man, I have a problem at my workplace, I come like 1 day later. And to really embody that also when when you want to go out, you're often like, no guys, I need to work, you know, I need to do that, I cannot come, I need to like sacrifice. And you are one of the only guys that I know that really sacrifices stuff. Because I see that a lot with people that want to do something, you know, especially now with the internet, you see everybody hustling, you see me like doing my YouTube videos. Other people want to do the same, but they don't really think about, or better to say, they just think about the stuff they need to do, but they never think about the stuff they need to sacrifice.
No, actually, I see that too, because of course with my business partners, we go there, we're the first in the morning in the office, and then we're the last to go. And so our employees, they probably think that we are crazy because we work so much.
Yeah, man.
But also on weekends, like I don't try to like party super hard or anything. I mean, sometimes yes, but most of the times just sacrifice, go to bed early so you're fit for the week, and then just continue to hustle for the next week. And I think in the beginning it felt like a sacrifice, like, oh shit, I cannot do this, I cannot do this. But once you're in the hustle, it doesn't really feel like a sacrifice, because what I managed to do actually now is I want to do less stuff. I just focus on like, you know, 3-4 things in life. One main thing that's like 90% of my time, and then you know 2-3 other small things, and that's like the rest 10% of my time, like maybe 20% of my time. And I just like have my few little things that I do in life, and that's it. I don't want to do, you know, okay, I want to do, but also I want to do some yoga classes. Oh, but then I want to do some activity here on, oh shit, this open air, I have to go there. So yeah, and then I plan for this open air. So no. I work out for, you know, for fitness, for my health. And I have my small social circle. That's it, you know. And then the rest, I just don't do.
That's the same thing I also realized in my life. I also have like 3 things, not more. Because I also see it when you focus on one thing, the hours you spend on it, the results you get are not like rising linear, they rise like exponentially. And the same I realized also with my social circle. I wanted to meet so many people, but then you diversify basically too much, and you cannot have a deep connection with some. And then you have a lot of friends, but are shallow friends, you know. You could not call them like at 4 in the morning, hey man, I'm fucked up, you need to help me. No way. You have like 50 friends, but they're like just shallow. Same with the activities. You do like gym, like you said, yoga, you do everything. It's cool, but you don't get far. If you want results, I mean, if you are a guy, just want to enjoy it, okay, whatever. But if you're like us, like crazy guys, we want results, you know?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Like most of the time, then you need to like really focus on 3 major things. So what I want to ask you is, how do you choose? Because a lot of people, I guess, are confused. How do you choose like your things?
Actually, it's a good question, and the answer is pretty easy once you went through that phase. Because, you know, in the tough weeks, what do? You start to prioritize. So in the tough week, okay, you know, you have to, you know, by the end of the week, you have to have this, you know, I don't know, project finished. So then you start to prioritize, okay, fuck this, okay, say this. Okay, no this, no to this, no to this, and okay, this is important, so I will keep this. And then you apply this to just every single week. So every single week, then you think, okay, if it wasn't that important when I was, you know, when I had not that much time, is it really that important in general?
Yes.
And so the answer is almost always no. So you just don't do it anymore. And then after a while that you didn't do it, you start to think like, hey, actually, I don't need that. Like, I don't need to meet, you know, this XY person that doesn't give me like a lot of value in my life. So why do I keep meeting this person or, you know, people like that? So you just don't do it anymore.
That's a good point. I do almost the same. Like I choose exactly people, also things. I ask myself, okay, are these things giving me more than I give? You know, like some people are like a drug. In the moment they feel good, but then in the long term they just take energy, they drain.
Yeah, yes, yes.
And other friends are like the opposite. What's the opposite of a drug? I don't know. Like some healthy food. You know, in the moment it doesn't taste as amazing, but then in the long term it's great. But I'm in a good position. Like my friends in the moment also they are like awesome, but in the long term they also help me to move forward. That's amazing. I guess a lot of people don't have the awareness to realize what is actually helping them and what not.
No, it's true. I think in the last few years I have trained my body to tell me what is good and what is not good. Actually, for example, I don't know, I have an appointment and then I'm going there and then I know I shouldn't be spending time with this, you know, appointment. Then my body somewhat tells me, okay bro, like don't do this, like why are you going? So I start to listen to my body. And how did I start to train my body to, so he tells me, I just constantly think all the time, was this worth it, was it not worth it, should I do it again, like, and so basically after I spend some time on certain things, I evaluate, okay, was this worth it or not? And if it's not worth it, my body will let me know the next time.
Yeah. You know what is also really interesting? Like sometimes I get so far with these things that I even think about my biggest addiction, and most people are addicted to their thought thinking patterns. The thinking patterns are almost always the same. There's a book called You Are the Placebo by Joe Dispenza. I already talked about that in the last podcast. He says that your body is addicted to the same emotions because the emotions are like chemicals, and your body adapts with his receptors, and then you always want to experience the same emotions, and then you rationalize with your thoughts. If you have always been somebody that's anxious, you will always have a reason to keep these anxious thoughts. So for me, I go so far right now that I think, okay, what am I thinking about most of the time when I'm alone? And then you evaluate, and most people have like this negative self-talk, you know. And you even need to cut out that stuff if you really want to move forward, especially if you have a business, you know.
No, I think, and on the bright side, you can then train your emotions to, like, you know, the hustle.
Yeah.
So for me, I think nowadays, like, I haven't done vacation in, like, I don't know, such a long time. Because I like the hustle, you know. I love the game. Yes. I love like just spending hours on something and just pushing your project forward, and that's what my receptors now, you know, react to. Because I don't know what else to do. Like I think if I would go to vacation, I would just waste energy. So I don't know. I just keep on working.
Nice. Yeah, what I want to ask is also, do you believe in that some people are made for the hustle, some people not? Or do you think everybody can
No, I think, I mean, I have no idea, but I feel like everyone can start to hustle and hustle big time if they find their purpose.
Yes.
Because, I mean, it's, what I'm doing is, or would be really hard if I didn't really believe in what I was doing. Like if I didn't really like, you know, my mission to bring healthy baby food to, you know, to babies, oh my goodness, I just couldn't.
Yes.
I just could not spend at least 60 hours in the office and then some more hours just thinking at home and just being, you know, the founder of this company basically 24/7. That is hard to do. But if you have a purpose, actually it gets easy and then you start to like it. I think most of the people that don't hustle, they just haven't found their purpose.
Yes.
And but also on the bright side, you have to say that people that hustle and hustle on the wrong thing, not on their purpose, they just break.
Yes.
Yeah, they just break, and then that's
drains their soul.
Yeah. So yeah, if you find your purpose, however you want to phrase it, I mean, purpose doesn't have to be, you know, a big startup or whatever. I mean, I've seen people that are really mindful on just, you know, being a vegan, and then they just are vegan 24/7, and then just live for that, and that's kind of their purpose. And then it's not hard to, you know, live it out as a vegan for like years and years and years and until you die.
Yes.
Because you really like that. And yeah, I guess you just have to be mindful enough to find whatever you want to do in life.
Yes.
And then just do it.
Yes. So how, I guess people are interested. I also talk about that a lot. How do you find something that goes into the direction of your purpose? Because, you know, purpose is like a really strong word. But what would you tell people if they want to like find something?
I can only tell like how I did it or what my experience was. I cannot talk for the general audience because I guess there are like a lot of ways to do that. But I actually just started to do something and just hustle it out, like, you know, 24/7 for some months, and then I evaluated, is this what I want to do or not? And I mean, when I was 15, I didn't really think about, okay, I'm gonna hustle on this. You know, I was just doing it, you know. In my subconscious, I was like, okay, hustle this, and then hustle this. And then this wasn't good, then hustle this. Okay, this is it, then hustle this. And then until I found something. And it was basically just trial and error until I found what I liked. And then now I'm here.
Yeah, true. I mean, also say that if you don't have a purpose now, make finding a purpose your purpose. Try. Like, the worst thing you can do is just sit at home and just like observe what other people are doing. Even if you're watching a YouTube video, it's cool, I appreciate it, but even better would be to like record also a video yourself or like something like that. And I know now half of the people will like shut down the video, but anyway, you know. Awesome. So what I want to ask you also is, I know you read also, and you're an entrepreneur like more than me, you live the entrepreneur lifestyle even more. So what books would you recommend, like the 3 best books for entrepreneurship?
I was actually I'm reading Good to Great for the second time, and Good to Great.
We have some friends over there prepping for the wedding.
And Good to Great is a great book. And the guy talks about companies that were good, so that were, you know, profitable and just being there, and then at some point they turned the wheels, and then for 15 years they were great, which means like they beat the market at least, you know, 10%. They did at least 10% more profit than the market. And so, that one is a really good book and talks about leadership, about employees, how do you choose employees, and also talks about, you know, culture in the company. That's a very good book for companies in general. The next book I would recommend would be Turning Pro.
Oh yeah,
that's a good one.
That's actually what we did here.
Actually, no, it's a super interesting and motivational book on mindset. How do you get your mindset straight on just, you know, being a pro? And what I super love is because, I mean, I'm a bit older than you are, but the guy Steven Pressfield, he talks about in the book that he actually turned pro or started to turn pro at 31. So it's, you know, you start to read that, and then he's not crazy successful as a writer, and he really started out at 31. So it's never like too late. Even if he would start at like 41, he would be now 10 years older, but that's still like a lot of time. So, and also it was good that he showed me that, you know, the mindset shift can happen even if you had some bad habits for like 31 years. You can still shift your mind and then bang, go, you know, turn pro. That was a really good book. And the last one, I don't know, there's so many books. Those are like 2 that really stick to me. But I would recommend any biography on a person that really did something great. I read Jeff Bezos, Michael Jordan, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Steve Jobs.
José published it?
I'm probably not the person, you know, to to release a biography.
How I dominated the baby food business.
Maybe, yeah, who knows? Who knows? And then no, I think every single one of those biographies are very deep, insightful on how a person just has to be.
Yes.
And then you also realize like there's so many ways to go to, you know, or just live out your purpose. For example, Steve Jobs was such a weirdo. He took like a lot of drugs when he was young, and then he dropped out of college, and then he had, you know, this reality distortion field that he just saw some things that totally different than everyone else, and it's like, oh, bro, like this person is crazy successful. And then you see Arnold Schwarzenegger that was just super disciplined, focused, and then he put something in his mind. It was like, I'm gonna do this, and then he just bam, did that every day, 24 hours, 7 days a week, and that's just another way to you know, live out your purpose. But what everyone had in common was that they were totally themselves all the time. And they just realized what kind of person they are, and they didn't hide it. They just did what they had to do.
Big time,
So I think that was a big learning. So since I realized that, I'm just more and more, I just live out the life that, you know, my inner being tells me to be, and then I'm more and more happy.
That's true, man. These guys, they knew who they were,
exactly.
They knew what they wanted, and they went for that. That's so crucial. Also, what I want to talk about here really quick is you mentioned Steve Pressfield. I love the author. I also have read the War of Art, not the Art of War, it's another book, the War of Art. And what he talks about is actually what we did here is don't have too much resistance if you want to do something. Know the action you need to take. For us, it's like setting up the cameras and do it. Because literally, if people would have been here and have seen how we set up this thing, they would be amazed. Because we woke up like 30 minutes ago, I did my hair, I showered, we put on the cameras, and we rolled with it like spontaneous. And I told you, dude, if it doesn't go well, don't need to publish it. But I just want to take the action.
Yeah, of course.
This is what Turning Pro is about. You know what we need to do, and you just do it.
And also, I love the part of when he talks about what pros do day in and day out. They show up even if they're injured. They show up even if they're sick. They just show up. And then, you know, 1 is better than 0. Just do small things. Even if your energy is, you know, low, just do small things. Just be persistent on yourself. Beat your mind that, because your mind will always go like, hey, today really don't work. I need a break. But then if you just still work and just, you know, write those 3 emails that were important, then at the end of the day you will be really super happy that you did it, even if your body told you not to do it. I mean, don't break your body. There's always room for some rest, but at the end of the day, the guy that works more is more successful. Yes, most of the time, It also reminds me, you know, the book Relentless by Timothy S. Gruber? I am aware of that book, but I've never read it yet. I will give it to you so you can read it. It's a basketball coach that coached the best guys, I guess Kobe Bryant and all these guys, and he looked at what do these guys have, what are the characteristics of the best. Because to play in the NBA, you need to be really good. But to be the best in the NBA, you need to be fucking crazy. And he also talks about that. Yeah, exactly. So, a last thing, I guess the last thing for this podcast, I want to talk about a little clickbaity stuff. Because I know we know us since 2014, I guess, 14. And back 15. And back then, we both did the 67 steps. And by who are they? Tai Lopez. And I know now he's a little bit more mainstream and some people hate the guy. So I really want to share some little story about the guy. What is your opinion about Tai Lopez? No, actually, I mean, he has his different channels, and some of the channels I just ignored because I don't really care what he does on his channels. I mean, it's fun that on Instagram he shows all these, you know, half naked chicks and stuff. And
yeah, it's not bad, man. It's good.
It's good. It's good. But I think that's more, you know, the clickbait side of things. And so when I scroll through my Instagram, then I see Tai Lopez, then it's like, oh, half naked ass. Okay. Oh, okay. No, come on.
Okay.
It's not important. But I mean, he undoubtedly has some really good content on some of his channels, on his webpage. That content is super amazing. The programs that he has, for example, the 67 steps, absolutely changed my life. And then he has also other programs that I also saw some content on, and it was super good. So I can only tell everyone to just go check out his content on the website. His emails are also very good. Like, I read his newsletters sometimes. There are also very valuable content on the emails sometimes, so I like that. And I guess if there's the stuff that I don't like, I just ignore it, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, Tai Lopez is really sick. I once met the marketing guy that writes sales letters for him in Amsterdam.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like, I don't know how much money he makes. Like, he makes like hundreds of thousands of dollars by writing sales letters. So what he said is, his one thing is like writing, but as a writer you cannot make a lot of money. So then I mean, you can, but not like millions most of the time. And then he was like, okay, I want to learn how to write sales letters. And now he makes like thousands of dollars.
Nice,
it's just so sick. And also, like you said, my opinion about Tai Lopez is, you know, you don't need to like the guy to 100% to learn from him. You can learn from everybody. And what he does marketing wise with the girls, with the Lamborghinis, it's just really intelligent, because not everybody is with their consciousness on a level who he knows that reading is awesome. Not everybody is like that. So if you want to reach the mainstream people that are ready for that, you need to reach them in their language.
Yes,
what do most guys like think about if they're like actually like my age or younger, like 20, they're like, oh, girls, oh, money, cars, you know. They're like, yeah, I have cars, I have girls, I have everything. So you need to do that to get them to read.
No, really, I don't think it's stupid or anything that he's done. He's super smart, and he knows exactly how to get, you know, the people in that he wants to, and that's how it goes.
Yeah, man. To be honest, I'm a fan, and
me too.
Yeah, me too, man. So they can even hate us, but I will stay loyal to Tai Lopez. He's a good. I believe he's a good guy. You don't know, perhaps he had made some money with like shady stuff. You know, I mean, you cannot like prove it. But the thing he did, especially with the reading, like since I follow the guy, I read so much more, and it just changed my mind.
Absolutely.
So yeah, we are almost 30 minutes in. If people want to contact you, what's the best way?
LinkedIn. So José Amado Blanco on LinkedIn. I guess that's a really easy way to contact me. Actually, like, I'm a pretty frequent answer on LinkedIn. Like, people write me like, oh, like, how did you do it for your startup? And then what I do usually is I just invite them to my office, and then they should pay me a lunch. They usually do, and then I have a free lunch, and then I gave out some value, and the people can connect with me like that. That's well, of course, only if they live like nearby, but else, like, still a good way to communicate. I guess that's probably my most active channel, and else, I don't know, you can just browse around the internet. I'm sure you will find my Instagram.
Yeah, I'll put it somewhere. Instagram, Facebook.
Facebook, yeah. I'm active on those sites.
And your business is called Yamo, right?
Exactly,
Yamo.
YAMO.ch. The best way to communicate there is also like Instagram and Facebook, and also we have a very active email, hello@yamo.ch, where we communicate a lot with all our customers.
Nice, man. So yeah, guys, thanks a lot for watching. This was it. As I said, let us know if you are a mother in Switzerland. We'll send you something. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Thanks a lot for sharing the video, commenting, for liking. I always appreciate that. And I will see you in the next one.